Google Play Music is dead. It is dying forever. It's leaving. Google's discontinuing it. What are your thoughts about that, Austin?
I feel like all the streaming platforms that stream music are kind of taking a hit from Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Spotify is like the giant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's slowly knocking out the competitors. I know Pandora is what I used most of high school.
Okay.
And I switched to Spotify maybe a year or two ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the only thing I use now. I never had Amazon Music.
Mm-hmm.
And I never actually used Google Music. Ever.
Yeah, same.
Did you use it? No, you just said same. Never mind.
So, I'll tell you my journey. I used iHeartRadio, actually, for the longest time. And then, if I wasn't using iHeartRadio, I was downloading music onto my computer and putting it on my phone. And then I randomly saw this app one day on my PlayStation called Spotify. So I started adding some songs on Spotify. And then ever since then, I have just evolved it. And I've been on Spotify since July 2015.
Wow, you got me beat.
Oh, yeah. It's been a long time.
So, there is a way that you can download all your songs from Google Music. But I guess I shouldn't say download. It's more of a transfer.
Yeah.
You can download the YouTube Music app.
Ew.
And then click on the transfer button in YouTube Music app. And that'll allow you to kind of save your music lists.
Yeah.
I pulled in some numbers. I was curious. And going back to The Verge here, this article says that Google Music apps have reportedly passed 15 million subscribers. This was May 8th of 2019. It's a dated article, but it's kind of the quickest numbers I could find. So at that point, including YouTube Music and Google Play Music, it was over 15 mil.
15
at that
million.
time, Spotify was at how much, do you think?
Well, I'm
2019.
20. Do you have the number?
I do have the number.
Okay, I'm going to guess. Because I know how many monthly listeners a lot of artists have, so I'm estimating on that.
Okay.
It's got to be at least 300 to 500 million people.
So this is going off subscribers, not just listeners.
Oh,
this
subscribers.
is paying customers.
So, okay, it's paid subscribers. I'll take about 10% of that. Let's go 30 million.
100.
100 million?
100 million in 2019 around this time were paying for Spotify.
Spotify makes $1 billion a month?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they're huge. They're giant, man.
Makes me wonder
Apple-
how they weren't profitable for such the longest time.
I don't know. Apple was tallying more than 50 million, and then Pandora was hovering just below 7 million. This is, again, all in 2019.
Yeah, 2019. How about it? That's crazy. I completely understand why. Spotify is just the best app, and it just makes sense. Nobody really likes saving stuff to their computer and plugging their phone into their computer, blah, 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 anymore. That's why Apple discontinued iTunes and just went straight with Apple Music, because they know streaming is just where it's at. If there's anything technology has taught the consumer market, it's convenience. So
Convenience
I
is
can
everything.
definitely see why Spotify has, it remains supreme, and it will remain supreme for the longest time.
Ooh, you think it will?
Oh, yeah. If Apple Music hasn't
I like it.
dethroned it, then let's be honest, nobody will. And Apple Music is only half the paid subscribers as Spotify currently, according to that article you just had.
I was going to say, the numbers could have came a little closer or gotten a little farther apart in the last year. A lot's changed.
We're talking about 50 million paid accounts. I guarantee you didn't fluctuate that much.
That's a good point. It'd be pretty insane.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that the transition is nice, because my dad had a lot of Apple Music when iTunes died,
Yeah.
and he didn't have an iPhone. And again, he wasn't the most tech. He was tech savvy, but he wasn't adapting to change in tech very well.
Okay.
That's a good way to put it, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
So he didn't want to conform to maybe getting an iPhone or something like that may have been able to save his library.
Mm-hmm.
So he just lost all that money.
Sure. And see, that's another thing. I couldn't imagine paying like $1 or $2 per song when you can stream unlimited for $10 a month. You're telling me I would only have the equivalent of 10 songs a month versus hundreds that I can have with Spotify that I add a month.
But look at the almost like a generational thing.
Right.
Look
it
at
is a
DVDs.
generational thing.
It's the same thing with DVDs. You can spend, $25 a month for Spotify, it's not Spotify, Netflix and Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can spend $25 in a month and maybe get a good DVD. Or if you buy like at a disc replay or something like that, you may get like 6 or 7 DVDs.
Yeah.
Probably more. But it's the same kind of thing. Do you want to collect it?
Right.
Or do you want to
just wanna
just stream
have
it when you're there? Yeah.
Right. So it's funny how you mentioned that. I literally days ago have written down like all the series and movies that I want as like a collection, but I just can't see myself going out and buying all of these, right? Physically, right? Plus some of these movies are old and might not even be available. So I just curiously went on Prime Video because it's the most relevant option for me because I have Prime, right? Excuse me, and it's Amazon, so it's likely that they have all of them on there. So I looked up the ones that would be the least likely to be on there. And I kid you not, every single one of them are available on Prime Video. And at that, for cheaper than what they would be if you got the physical copy, especially Blu-ray.
Yeah. So I gotta ask. You mentioned a list. Was the 100 on that list?
So I'm only talking about movies.
Oh, sad.
But if TV shows were on it, yes, the 100 would be on it.
Fantastic.
I mean, no brainer. Come on now.
Gotta be on it, man.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really rewatch TV shows, but I rewatch movies.
I rewatch TV shows.
Yeah. So the thing is, I'll tell you why I don't rewatch movies either, or TV shows. It's just a time commitment. Like, I can rewatch a movie series in 9 hours, right? But, if I watch a 25-episode season, that's going to take 25 hours.
That's
so,
okay.
I'm just saying,
It's
It's just easier to
binge-watching.
maintain, or retain.
Retain. I like it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
I generally watch, like a TV show or something when I'm eating. Or before bed, something along those lines.
Yeah.
So it takes me 6 months till I finish a show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, forever.
I mean, it really depends on. I mean, I don't want to call myself a binge watcher, but I mean, it just happens naturally. I can't help myself.
I started Game of Thrones.
Oh.
This was probably shit. Trying to think. I'm gonna say 6 months ago, maybe 7.
Okay. Season
I was
1?
still in Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah. It was early summer, I think. I started it.
Okay.
So maybe even getting close to a year here.
Yeah.
And I have not finished it yet. I don't think I've watched a show in maybe 3 months. So I get bad. I drop shows so fast to pick them back up, and I thought it was bad.
It's true. I have to talk about it, Austin. I have to say it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's say
everybody.
what?
Austin got me into the show 100.
Yeah.
Okay. I caught up to him and finished it before he even finished it. He's terrible.
Yeah. I get sidetracked, guys. Like, I can't do it. I see all these shows and all this media content. I'm like, I'll click that. I'll click that. And the next thing you know, I don't watch what I've been aiming to watch for the past,
just
8 months.
Just one less league game per night is like a whole episode.
That's a massive sacrifice right there, man.
I know.
No.
For everybody
So,
to-
anything else we want to touch upon with this music migration?
I mean, no, I don't think so. Just if you guys are curious, if you guys have Google Play, just look up the respected articles and maybe see what you can transfer to.